like to present that, JD?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good evening, Commissioners. You'll note here that the property is encompassing approximately 184 acres, bounded by Madison Highway, Cedar Road, and Whitewater Road. You'll also notice the zoning pattern is predominantly R1 with some commercial highway, and there's a very small triangular piece noted CG. The request going forward from the applicant is for R10 and commercial highway. This is within the community activity center and suburban area, which support both these zoning requests. As you noticed, and you'll see here again, the property has multiple wetlands on the property, and it's also in a groundwater recharge area. However, since county utilities are available, groundwater recharge doesn't really come into effect as far as lot size, because it's not going to be put on a septic system. The wetlands you see here, some of them have been delineated by local wetland delineator, may be impacted if approved by the Army Corps of Engineers. Others may not. So again, tonight is a conceptual site plan, which you see here. And again, this is approximately 265 homes. Again, this is just a concept. This has not been fully engineered. But you'll also notice some zoning changes as we move through the property. Again, predominantly R10 lot minimum. Some of these lots much larger, as you'll see. I'm going to start with the southwest corner of the property. This is where they're proposing to change it from R1 to CH along Madison Highway, with the remainder to the east going to R10. They also include some amenities here for the residents. But again, this is not an approved site plan, this is just conceptual. I'm going to shift farther to the east along the southern boundary, heading towards Whitewater Road. And again, this is predominantly R10 zoning. You'll notice a very small triangle in the upper right-hand corner. That is currently CG, and that is the portion of this property that is requested for CH. The remainder is to be R10 if approved by the commissioners. I'm going to head north now on the property, still staying along the east side. You'll also notice another entrance up through this property, and again, more R10. As you see, some of these lots are much larger, encompassing some portions of the wetlands that may or may not have been delineated at this time. And finally, we head to the northern portion of this property, abutting Cedar Road, and this is the final R10 portion. This comes into play because Cedar Road is a county-maintained local road, and hence the condition in your packet that if the developer is to provide access from the subdivision on Cedar Road, they'll be responsible for the paving of it to the nearest county paved road. So, with that being said, I'm going to zoom out here, just to kind of give you an overall how this may or may not play out if approved for R10 commercial highway zoning. With that being said, considering the neighboring land uses and zoning patterns, the availability of the county utilities, the potential environmental impacts, the approval request for commercial highway and R10 as depicted on the site plan with the one condition, again, the vehicular ingress and egress off of Cedar Road.
Thank you, JD. All right, is there anyone that would like to speak for this case? Please state your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Commissioners. Bill Nigel, 1007 North Patterson Street. Here on behalf of the applicant, Wilton LLC. As pointed out, this is just a conceptual, but I think it gives you an idea of at least how we may subdivide these lots. There are a lot of larger lots than just R10 because they go back and expand into the wetlands. So you will see that. But yeah, it's consistent with the comprehensive plan. As you heard from staff, they're in support of it. So we ask that you vote in favor of it to allow rezoning. One thing I just want to clear up, the CH on the far eastern side that abuts Whitewater Road is really adjacent to, because right across from Whitewater is I-75 right there. That's a really small parcel. There's a billboard there. Well, there was until the storms hit, but there had always been a billboard there. I think now it's required that property be zoned CH for there to be a billboard. That is currently zoned CG, so we figured we'd go and clean that up too to become in compliance with county ordinances. So that's the reason for that change on the east side. And then of course on the west side you've got CH that fronts Madison Highway for future commercial development. So I'm happy to answer any questions y'all may have. And, if not, I'll take a seat.
Questions for the applicant? Thank you, Mr. Knight. Is there anyone else here that would like to speak for this case? There being none, is there anyone here that would like to speak against this case? All right, that closes the public hearing portion of this case. Further questions for staff? Anyone? There being none, we will accept the motion.
Mr. Chairman, the case set before us, REZ 2026-08, proposed name Cedar Subdivision, rezone R1, CH, and CG to a new zoning of R10 and CH.
Are you including the condition?
Including one condition, that's correct, thank you, sir.
Okay. In a second, all right. Commissioner Willis. All right, all in favor? That looks to be unanimous. All right, moving on.